great program tonight. Before we begin, just a few housekeeping. People can turn their phones off or on vibrate, and I just want to let people know that there's a restroom over here in the corner, so refreshments over there if you need something to grab and drink. My name is Jessie Davis, and I'm a staff volunteer here at Revolution Books. And I'm going to lay out a little bit, just sort of introducing David and his book, but I wanted to give people a sense of the program tonight. First of all, we're going to have a presentation, and then we're going to have Q&A, and then people can mingle and talk and sign books. David is a very interesting author. We recently met, and he has been involved in putting out a book called Working on a Dream, the progressive political vision of Bruce Springsteen. And he is also a music critic, an author, obviously, and he has written for Z Magazine, for Pop Matters, and for The Humanist. This is his first book, and I want to welcome him. I want to welcome Kev Wright, who is going to be accompanying David in his presentation tonight. He's going to be playing some music throughout the presentation, and we're really excited that you all could come and enjoy this wonderful evening with us. So I'm going to turn this over to David right now.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. All right, how's everybody doing? Good. Great. I'm glad to be here, and before I get started, I just want to give some gratitude and appreciation, first of all, to Jessie here and the whole Revolution Books staff. It's been great. They welcomed me with open arms and invited me to do this, and it's great to have a bookstore like this that not only celebrates, independent authors and is independent in itself, but also can be a real institutional home for people trying to be agents of social and political change. So I'm happy to be here, and I know that they're always looking for donations, and you'll have that opportunity tonight. No, really though, if you like events like this, you should consider supporting the bookstore here, because you're not going to get events of this quality and this kind of unique flavor at a Barnes & Noble or Borders. It's just not going to happen. So thanks again to Jessie and everyone at Revolution Books. And usually when people ask me about my political point of view, and they ask me my political perspective, I say pinko. I'm a self-identified pinko. And that kind of shocks people sometimes. Sometimes they laugh. It's great to be at a place where that's actually a profession of conservatism. I've never had that experience before. I'm loving it. So I'm happy to be here for that reason as well. And we're reminded sitting here that it's actually not too long ago, even in the dominant culture, that a great deal of intellectual and artistic life took place outside of the academy and outside of major record companies, and it wasn't so connected to commerce. It's always been connected to commerce more or less to a certain extent, but now we've seen that heightened and intensified to a degree where certain alternative voices are always silenced or at least pushed underground. And being here, we can remind ourselves of a time when that wasn't the case. And that's a perfect segue to go right into my great friend here. Let me say a few things about him, Kev Wright. I met him going to see his band play in Joliet. His band's called the Righteous Hillbillies. And I always describe them as an axe-wielding, ass-kicking, southern rock, high-powered country blues band. And if the band was here tonight, we'd all be drinking copious amounts of whiskey, and we turn this whole thing into a dance floor, because that's what you got to do. You can release. We can release our socio-political inhibitions through books and education and talks like this, but there's other inhibitions that need to be knocked down. The Righteous Hillbillies do it every time, at least as far as I'm concerned. In addition to that, Kevin I've become very close friends with him, and he's one of the most down-to-earth, decent, generous guys I've ever met, and I'm so happy to be friends with him. But it's not just a bias of friendship that I bring him here tonight, because he's also a great songwriter and a great musician. He's going to play a couple of his original songs. The first song he's going to play is an original song, and he's selling some of his CDs here, so I really encourage you to talk to him about getting some of those. And he's also going to play some Bruce Springsteen songs. So let's start out with a little bit of music. I'm ready if you are, Kev.
Yep.
This is a song called Supply and Demand, and this is from the CD he's got with him.
I'm 55, so I have to wear glasses. I usually don't when I'm looking straight out, because then you have that cool rock star look, but then when you got to read the lyrics, well, you have to put your glasses on, so that's hence the glasses. I'd also like to say before I get started, it's a pleasure being here with Dave, and a pleasure being here tonight. I was really excited about coming to this place. I've never been here before. It's very cool. And I also want to thank my lovely wife. Today's our anniversary. We've been 32 years today. 32 years today. So I love you, babe. Thanks for putting up with me. How many innocents killed in the name of religion, war? How many countries can claim that their victory changed anything? Yeah, money, blood, and oil wash the streets of Bradley cities, leave the dead and dying in their wake. Send the young to fight and die while the old divide their peace supply, all for lust and corporate business sake. All aboard that righteous train to nowhere, let's all go and find our promised land. Somewhere in the world, the powerful and mighty have killed us for supply and demand. We have become our own sin, and the weak shall implode from within. And it's been too long for us to see that we've all been sold for power, lust, and greed. Yeah, this war's been fought 1,000 times, same old blood, the same old lies, and spoils given to the suits and ties. And I'm not buying the need to know the bloody lies of friend and foe. The fascists say ain't good enough for me. All aboard that righteous train to nowhere, let's all go and find our promised land. Somewhere in the world, the powerful and mighty have killed us for supply and demand. Now you can think and comprehend, feel the need to understand the reason for the troubled times we're in. Yeah, you've got your own war here at home to fight deceit and what's gone wrong. No young soldier has to die in vain. No, no, no. All aboard that righteous train to nowhere, let's all go and find our promised land. Somewhere in the world, the powerful and mighty have killed us for supply and demand. They've killed us for supply and demand.